with Luzi Matzing, CEO of Asian Trails, a true pioneer and veteran of travel and tourism in Southeast Asia. Hi, Luzi.
Hello, Charles. Glad to see you again.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure. Tell us about Asian Trails. How did it get started? What does it do and where?
We started on the 9/9/99.
Luzi, tell us about Asian Trails. What does it do? Where?
Asian Trail started back in 1999 on the 9/9/99, a very auspicious date. We established ourselves in Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Myanmar, Malaysia, and Indonesia. So we cover the whole of Southeast Asia, and we do all kinds of tours for individuals, for groups, for incentives, soft adventure tours, surf-drive packages, you name it. We tailor-make specific tours for specific clients.
Your customers, are they predominantly in any part of the world? Europe, US, Australia?
The majority of our clients come from Europe, but we have a growing number of people now from the Americas and from Southeast Asia, especially people who book short-term holidays or via the internet. They would be in Southeast Asia.
You have been in the travel business here for quite a number of years. You were with D-Town Travel some years back, and what I recall is you were quite involved in the opening of tourism in countries like Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Burma in the 80s. Am I right?
That is correct. I arrived here in Southeast Asia in 1971, and I helped DTAM grow and build up all their offices over a period of 28 years when I was with the company. And then when we decided to set up our own company, it was of course much easier because we had all the expertise in all these Mekong countries, and we knew the people, so we could do the same process much faster than before. And we had, of course, learned from our mistakes. We knew what to do or not to do, so we optimized our setup in these countries.
Let's talk about Vietnam for a moment. They are just doing great tourism-wise, and it's taken them a while to get here. Could you give us a little historic background of going back to when you first started promoting and offering services to Vietnam, and where is it today, and where do you see it going in the next 2-3 years?
Well, if you go back in history, we did tours to Vietnam up to 1975. And then at the end of the war, we had to stop for about 6-7 years. So in the early 80s, we started tours again. And in the 90s, late 90s, we opened our first office there. And business has been growing ever since. Right now, we have an undercapacity of hotel rooms, so our growth is severely limited by the number of rooms available. Biggest problems are, let's say, in November, December, when sometimes you really can hardly find space, especially in Hanoi and in Saigon.
From Europe, what is the most popular type itinerary, or most popular 1 or 2 trips that people would take?
For the Europeans, we usually start in the north, start in Hanoi, do a quick one-night cruise in Halong Bay, and then fly south to either Da Nang or Hue, do the sightseeing there in central Vietnam, then fly to the south to Ho Chi Minh City, do a bit of Mekong Delta, trips around Saigon, and then often combine it with a trip to neighboring Cambodia with the highlight Angkor Wat in the end.
And that's overland from Vietnam to Angkor Wat?
All kinds of combinations. Often we do cruises from near Saigon up the Mekong River to Phnom Penh and then on the Tonle Sap up to Siem Reap. So that is a 7-day itinerary, very popular with the Europeans when they have time.
Laos, another I don't know whether I could call it new popular destination. Give us the same kind of background of when did it open up, where is it at today, where do you see it going?
You see, all the Indochina countries, we did business up to 75 in the olden days, and then again stopped till mid-80s when it slowly restarted. So then in the 90s we set up our own offices in Vientiane and in Luang Prabang. Luang Prabang being the most popular destination in Laos. We often combine trips from North Thailand, coming down by boat, doing an overnight trip, staying overnight in Bac Bang, and then ending up in Luang Prabang for another 2-3 nights. That's the most popular itinerary. And Luang Prabang is really a gorgeous town, very well maintained, under UNESCO protection. Really, really nice place.
I presume the most busy destination for you is Thailand.
Correct. In Thailand, we last year handled 350,000 visitors, Asian Trails alone. Now, not all of them want a full itinerary, including tours, transfers, etc. Lots of people nowadays, they just need a hotel reservation, maybe 2 nights in Bangkok, 5-6 nights on a beach. This is particularly true for repeat customers. You know, when you've been there in a destination 3-4 times already, you have your favorite hotels, then all you need is to book somebody to book that hotel at a fair rate, and then you go there.
The Americans, how are they embracing Thailand nowadays?
We have a growing number of visitors from America. We have quite a number of group tours, study tours, student tours. They do all kinds of itineraries in North Thailand, in Laos also, and some down to Malaysia. Some are student groups who come and help to build up certain things, like to build some schools or to build a water reservoir, doing good things when they stay quite long, up to 1 month.
Voluntourism, is that what it is? Is this something new for just students or other markets?
For us, it is pretty new. We've been doing it last year for the first time. So that's mainly North Thailand, Laos, and a bit of Malaysia.
I was here in October when there was a change in government, and as you quite correctly said, it was as smooth as silk. Of course, we all know there were still some hiccups with things going on during New Year's, and tell us what has this affected tourism, and where is this going?
I'm happy to say that with us handling mostly Europeans, we had no cancellations as such as a result of the coup d'etat and incidents which we had on New Year. You see, as long as no foreigners get killed in any revolution or coup d'etat or whatever event you have, usually it doesn't affect our bookings too much. People do feel absolutely safe visiting Thailand, so we've had no cancellations at all.
If I am a travel agent and I am planning for my Southeast Asia product, what should I be thinking about?
Well, it depends what kind of tourists we talk about. You have to consider their age. Is it elderly Americans or is it young Europeans? Do they want some adventure? How long is their itinerary overall? What is their budget? We at Asian Trails are expert in tailor-making any kind of tour you wish. You tell us the budget, you tell us the number of days, You tell us what your interests are, and we put it together to suit your needs.
In the days when I used to handle FITs, I would fax or email, as the case may be, a written itinerary for a quotation. Uh, I presume that still happens, but how much of this is done online now?
I could say about 50% of all the reservations coming in from big tour operators and from .com companies is via automated process, via an XML link to our Asian Trail Bridge, as we call it. Big tour operators get access to our back office database, and the whole process is being automated. Of course, when you ask for special itineraries a la carte, this is still done via an email request, and it takes 2 or 3 days for us to really work it out and then send an email back to the tour operator.
And of course, you offer that service, that expertise, at no cost. The travel agent doesn't have to guarantee anything to receive that service.
That is correct. We invest a lot of time and manpower and knowledge in quotes. Maybe you quote 10 times and you get only 2 successful bids. So that's a way of life here. We can't help it. So yes, lots of people shop around and they only go for the cheapest. This we have to accept. It's a way of life.
Luzi, thank you so much, and Travel Mall Asia looks forward to have you as our guest throughout the year.